I love a crunchy, hearty Cobb salad, and today I'm going to show you how to style the most beautiful version of a Cobb salad. We're going to use some nice, bright greens, beautifully grilled chicken. It is going to be stunning. So to start this off, I'm going to show you how to make perfect grill marks on your chicken. We're going to make sure we have some cold chicken breast and a really, really hot pan, like smoking hot, because you really want to get those dark, black grill marks on your chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and season this chicken with salt and pepper. This is just gonna add some extra texture to the chicken. It's gonna create a really pretty color. The trick here is we wanna do the grill marks first, and then we're gonna cook the chicken in the oven. Because what happens is we get those really nice grill marks, and then we get a little golden color on the top of the chicken as we cook it through. So when we make our grilled chicken, I'm using a grill pan. The reason why I'm using this cast iron grill pan is because it gets a really nice sear on the chicken because it gets really hot. But also, I have more control over the way the grill marks look if I make it in a grill pan. You can put it on the grill outside, but again, I think this maybe is just like a food stylist thing, but I really like to have control over what I'm making and how it looks. And I know that if I make it this way, it will look this way, all right? I'm gonna put this down on our really hot pan and let it go. We don't want the chicken to stick to the grill pan. We want it to get really, really hot and seared. And then when it's hot enough and it's seared, it's gonna be easy to flip over. All right, so I'm gonna salt and pepper this other side. And we're gonna see how our grill marks did. And that's the good thing about chicken is you have two sides to work with. If the grill marks on one side aren't your favorite, you can do it again for the other. Flip this. That looks really pretty. Gorgeous. So it's got a nice golden tone to it. We've got some markage here, but I'm gonna try to get a little bit darker of a grill mark on the other side. So let's see how we did on these grill marks. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Beautiful. I love these. I'm gonna put these onto a baking sheet and we're gonna bake them. But because I like the charring and the color I've gotten so far, I'm gonna actually take the aluminum foil, kind of tuck it over so that it doesn't get necessarily any more brown on the top. And we're just gonna bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 15 to 20 more minutes just to make sure they're cooked through. All right, now that I've got our grilled chicken ready to go, we are going to assemble our salad. So our first step in building our Cobb salad is gonna be the lettuce. But before I start building, the key with the salad is everything needs to be really cold and it needs to come together relatively quickly so it doesn't wilt on screen. So I'm gonna actually show you how to dice your grilled chicken first so that we have all of our toppings ready to go and we're gonna start to build the salad. So this is our beautifully grilled chicken. And I think that the prettiest way to show this in a Cobb salad is in a line of chicken cubes because it shows off the grill marks, it shows off the color of the chicken. So I'm just gonna slice this into about a 1-inch cube. Make sure you have a really sharp knife for cutting this chicken as well, because if your knife isn't sharp, there are a lot of things that can go wrong in the kitchen, but your chicken will have kind of jaggedy edges, which isn't really what we're looking for. So you get this nice, pretty edge on your cube chicken. I'm gonna move that over to our plate. All right, let's start the fun part, building our salad. I have two different types of lettuce here. I have Bibb lettuce and I have romaine lettuce. I love romaine for the crunch factor of the salad. It's also really hearty, so it looks really nice on camera and it can hold up to the toppings that we're gonna put on this Cobb salad. So I'm gonna start building with these two different types of lettuce. And I have these in an iced water bath. The reason why I do that is to bring out the color of the lettuce leaves and also to keep it really crunchy and pretty. And I'm gonna aim to have actually the romaine lettuce more towards the top of the salad because as we build this, I mean, we have some hearty things on top. I have the eggs, the bacon, the chicken. We need some heft that will hold up to that. And when you put your lettuce in to get really nice and crunchy in your ice water bath, go ahead and tear it into pieces. If you have the lettuce in as full leaves, it makes it a little bit more difficult because as you tear it, as you tear your lettuce, the torn edges aren't gonna be as pretty as if they were in the ice water bath and got really perky. Okay, so I feel really solid about this base. The next thing we're gonna add is our protein, which is the chicken. So I'm gonna face this chicken with the charred side up towards camera. So I'm gonna do a little cute line of this. Okay, that looks great. I'm gonna add tomatoes next to our chicken to get that bright red skin. And I cut the tomatoes kind of in bigger chunks. A kind of tiny diced tomato is gonna look more like salsa on your salad, so you wanna keep the pieces of tomato bigger. Next up, we're gonna add our eggs. So I have 2 types of soft-boiled eggs here. Tip for soft-boiled eggs is you wanna just lower them gently down into already boiling water. So don't let your eggs come to a boil. Instead, use a slotted spoon or a sieve to gently lower them down into the water. And I boiled these for about 6.5 minutes. These are more kind of bright orange in the center. And these are done at about an 8 or a 9 minute mark. Make sure when you do your boiled eggs, you use really high quality eggs because they have a prettier, more orange yolk, and that's really what you're going for on camera. The more commercialized eggs, the cheaper ones, are not as pretty. So go for that golden yolk. So I'm gonna stick with these on my salad, and I'm gonna arrange them kind of more towards the top. Pretty, and see how that one kind of sunk down a little bit? No problem, you just, again, use your lettuce and build it back up. I'm gonna do my bacon right here next to the chicken. Down the center, I cut the bacon again into bigger chunks, and this is thick cut bacon. I really love thick cut bacon for styling. It holds up well in salads. It gives you a nice hearty look to the bacon, especially when you cut it into bigger chunks like this. It's beautiful. And then our final touch is avocado. I douse this avocado in lime juice. You really can never have enough lime juice when you're working with avocado because it turns brown so quickly. There's also a product you can use called Fruit Fresh, which you can find in the canning aisle of your grocery store, which works as well, but this is just regular old lime juice that I squirted over these avocado slices. I'm just gonna pick the prettiest ones, and I'm going to arrange them in like a fanned pattern down the side. And when you're picking out avocados to put on a salad, you can actually get ones that are a little more firm and underripe because they cut really well and they hold up really well. If you get an avocado that's nice and brown and ready for guacamole, it's not gonna look as good on your salad. Ooh, avocado down. And I'm smushing it. Final piece of avocado, pretty. I love that pretty green edge, right there. And voila, our Cobb salad's ready to go. The only thing I have left to do, I'm gonna add some fresh herbs, and I'm also gonna give a really beautiful, generous drizzle of ranch dressing, some salt and pepper to add texture, but I'm gonna hold off and do all of that when I go over to our surface to take the photo. So we have brought our beautiful Cobb salad over to our scene. Again, we're right by natural light. You see that beautiful light streaming in from the window. We have our pretty surface. It's got these green tones to it that are really complementing the pretty lettuce that we have going here, the green avocado. Everything looks amazing. The first thing I want to show you is I have some oil and some water. You guys know I love to spray it out, but I'm gonna spray our tomato with some water and also our lettuce. Keeping the lettuce wet reflects light really well, and it makes it look a little bit brighter for camera. And then I also have some oil, and I'm actually gonna use this oil on our chicken. I love the charring we created earlier. We have the pretty salt and pepper on there, but the inside part of the chicken can read dry on camera a lot of the time, even though it's not. So I'm gonna spray it with some oil, and then I'm just gonna paint it with this paintbrush, just putting some oil on our chicken. It's gonna reflect light. And then this is ranch dressing that I've had in the fridge because it's best when you're styling a salad to keep everything really cold because it's gonna read better on camera. Your lettuce isn't gonna wilt as easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some coarse salt. This is actually flaky salt, which I love. It creates beautiful texture. And I like when I'm doing salt to even maybe create some little pockets of salt that create some interest. And then some coarse ground pepper. Use the fresh coarse ground. Try and do it as coarse as you can because the smaller, like the pre-ground pepper, doesn't read as pretty on camera. Good, and I like that we got some pepper on the avocado because that's really gonna draw your eye there, which I think is really pretty. And then our final element, this is the fun part. We have our cold ranch dressing, and because I wanna keep this in the shot, I'm just gonna pull some out, and then before we take the photo, I'm gonna add a little bit of a fresh herb. I have cilantro here, you could do parsley and put that on the ranch. But for now, I'm gonna do a drizzle. Just do kind of across. And don't put too much dressing because you really want the colors from the tomato and the egg yolk and the pretty green lettuce to still pop. So I'm gonna take our fresh cilantro and I'm gonna put a little bit on top of our dressing. I'm just gonna lightly tear it with my hands. It looks pretty. I have a few sprigs left. So again, I'm gonna do the same thing and kind of tear it and put it on our salad. And y'all, the beautiful thing about this salad is there's so many cool shots you can get. You can get an overhead shot of all the elements together. You could do a side angle shot where you're really reading into the salad. You see the pretty red and the different colors in the salad. You could even do a close-up of the egg and see that beautiful texture of the soft-boiled nature of the egg. But there's a lot of great shots you can get with this. All right, I'm gonna get all of my accoutrement out of the way. I'm gonna add in this pretty, beautiful linen. The color is such a creamy juxtaposition to the ranch dressing, the green, it looks awesome. And then we're gonna be ready to take our shot.